Hi, class. So, we're talking about products and services that are marketed to us as consumers, and if we think that the marketing is ethical and the practices are ethical. I think that really depends on what industry and business that you're looking at. I'd say, generally speaking, I would say no. Yes and no. I think there's a responsibility of the consumer. I think there's a responsibility of people to seek for a deeper understanding and gain further knowledge of what's going on around them and in front of them. So I think there needs to be responsibility there. I understand from a business perspective, if you're selling beer and there's a commercial and there's just this, you're on the beach and there's everybody's in a bathing suit and a volleyball and it's a good time, or, um, Budweiser and being, that's such an American, almost like an iconic American beer. And, everybody looks forward to their commercials at the Super Bowl with the Clydesdale horses. It's just such a piece of our pop culture. And at the same time, the amount of alcohol abuse that occurs, or not just even abuse, but just the addiction piece of it, right? So is it always this beautiful, wonderful experience? No, not necessarily. The way that products like tobacco and alcohol are targeted to such a younger audience and a demographic to get them hooked, that to me is not ethical. And I know that there's laws that protect that now. How tightly enforced they are, I'm not super sure about that. And then you have another industry like the food industry where, you know, there's so much controversy going on about, should you buy organic? And then if you do, what is technically organic? And then if you do buy what's actually organic, we can't afford it. So, as a society, it's become really, really hard. We've almost handicapped ourselves. We've prevented ourselves from being able to do everything that we want to do with such tight regulation. And so then the farmers and everybody needs to follow all these different compliances. Well, then food can't be mass produced, right? So then you've got the what is it? I can't remember the name, but where they're doing those um, like vegetable farms where they're vertical, and they can still be considered organic. I think it's hydroponics. I think that's what it is. Um, but anyways, whether or not it's all ethical, I'm torn. In some situations, I think yes, and again, in some no. I think it really is um, the responsibility of the consumer to be educated, and then us as people that vote to, as citizens to, pay attention to these laws, and what their impact is, and who the people are that are the decision makers, as far as, the regulations go. So I don't know. I think I'm on the fence on this one.